Hey there, I just thought I'd talk today a little bit about accomplishments and pride in accomplishments and just some ideas have been occurring to me about this. There are things in my life that came easy to me, uh, areas where I had some talent. That's basically what I think talent is. It means that something comes easy to you. And for me, it was most notably was teaching, and particularly teaching how to do something or understand something. That came easy to me, and when I started teaching Tai Chi, I was already pretty good at it. Not at the art necessarily or the attributes of the art, I still had a long way to go. But what came easy to me was breaking things down so people could understand them better and learn faster. I connected easily with people, and I was doing that almost immediately when I was learning Tai Chi, as I began to understand something, my mind could break it down and formulate it in a way that I could help a fellow student who was not was having difficulties. So other things were much different. Things like the Tai Chi itself, like playing the guitar, everything about it, singing, including rhythm, pitch, phrasing, songwriting, all these things were not easy for me, and I had very little talent in any of them. But I liked the way they made me feel. They sort of stabilized and steadied my already shaky nervous system. So to get reasonably good at these things took a lot of work and a lot of time. And if I had had talent and my work ethic, I might be famous by now. But I was given a kind of what I would call creative courage by particularly my mother, which allowed me to be explorative with creative ideas without fear. I get the idea that some people, I can tell, they seem afraid to even explore a creative idea, like something bad will happen if they do. But I always had that creative confidence that not only would something bad not happen by just exploring an idea, that maybe something good would happen. And I just didn't have those critical, inner discouraging voices, uh, you know, hampering me when I started working on music and in Tai Chi. So I'm happy with my abilities, as a teacher of Tai Chi, but I'm more proud of what I've accomplished in actually doing Tai Chi because practicing it, living it because I was just so untalented and I had to work so hard. I'm proud of my musical accomplishments in the same way. I think if you have no talent at something and you get pretty good at it and enjoy it, I don't know, you tend to be more proud of that than of being good at stuff that just came with your biological hardware. At least I am. They say what you earn you keep, and I would add what you earn speaks well of your character, because it means you persisted against difficulty the way a talented person of similar skills might never have faced those difficulties. I'm most proud of what I had to work to accomplish. I'm more proud of what I had to work to accomplish than what came easily to me. So the work I did to improve my teaching ability, I'm proud of that. The basic teaching ability, it's not so much pride. I'm happy with it. It's great to have that come easy. When a song idea just pops into my head, should I be proud of that? It just popped into my head. McCartney just woke up one morning with Yesterday. The melody to Yesterday, one of the most covered songs in history, was in his head. He was going around to parties and humming it for people and saying, "Have you heard this before?" He thought he must have heard it somewhere else. It just popped into his head. So I don't know. We tend to take credit for these things that just popped into our head. We take credit for these things that come easy to us, but I can't really do that. The song that just pops into my head, I don't feel a lot of pride in that. I'm happy with it, and I'm happy it popped into my head and all that. But I'm more proud of that half-baked idea that came to me in fragments that I had to work on for many, many weeks to turn it in and turn that into something I like. Those are the kind of things I'm actually proud of. The songs that came whole hog, I remember one time, I think the shortest amount of time between inception of an idea and performing it on stage happened one time. It was, I would say, an hour or maybe an hour and a half, something like that. I got the idea in the car ride to an open mic, and it was a clear-cut idea. It was just one of those ones that was just, I knew this was something I wanted to do. And I just grabbed a piece of paper and a pen and sat in the corner of this bar and just sketched out the lyrics and performed it that night just for fun. And that was probably the shortest one, and it still had a bit of tweaking to go. But am I proud? I mean, I guess I'm proud that I jumped on it and worked on it. But the idea just popped into my head, right? So I think it's really good to do things that you're not talented at. I think it's really good to do things that don't come easy to you, but that you want. That there's nothing worse than working at something you suck at, have no talent in, and you don't want to learn. That's when parents force their kids to play an instrument that they're terrible at, like, and don't enjoy. That sucks. But if there's something that you're attracted to, something that you like to be able to do, but you don't have any talent in it, I would suggest that you pick one of those things and apply some time and energy to it, and get good at it. And you'll be really proud of that. Prouder than if you had been natural and it just came to you easy. That feels nice. It might pump up your ego, but you didn't really earn it, right? McCartney didn't really earn yesterday. It just popped into his head. So, I didn't really earn the song that popped into my head on the way to the open mic. But there's plenty of songs that took me weeks and sometimes years of looking at and tinkering with and messing around with before it became something that I'm proud of and that I like. And those are the songs that really, when someone compliments me, I'm touched and I thank you. The song that popped into my head just like that and I wrote in 20 minutes, when people compliment me on it, I just kind of, I had a few like that. One of them got one of the most successful responses I've ever gotten from a song. And, when people compliment me, I just go, yeah, thanks. It took me 20 minutes, it's popped into my head. It just doesn't really make me swell or anything, but like when someone compliments one of those songs I really worked on, it's like, yeah, thank you, man. I worked hard on that. That touches me in a different way. So I would encourage you to pick a few things that you're not so great at, but that you want. Something you'd like to be good at, but you're not. And try just working at it and getting from where you are up to another level or two. You'll learn all kinds of things about yourself, and you'll be proud of what you did at the end result of that. If you always wanted to write a poem, but you not think you're any good at it, take a creative writing class. Find a poet who can tutor you. If you want to write a song, get a music teacher. Find someone who can do it, and help you with it. And I guarantee you'll be prouder of that than the stuff that just dropped in your lap. All right, so that's just a little encouragement to do that, and I appreciate any comments you may want to leave here. If you think any of these things are helpful that I share, it's always nice to get a comment that they were helpful, because that's why I'm doing this. I don't really make much money from this channel. I have donation jars, but that's just kind of to give you the option. If you want to contribute financially, the main thing is just to be useful, sharing things that were useful to me, sharing things that were worked for me. Figure if they work for me, they might work for you, and that's what I'd like to do, help people out. So, when I used to compare myself to other people, especially talented people, and feel bad, it's like, hey, they were talented. That came easy for them. This didn't come easy for me. If I get up to a level of 4 of something that a talented person starts at 7 and they're up at 10, why am I comparing that, right? They went up 3. I can go from 4 to 7. So, I think most improved is the award that I would always like to get in any class. Because if it came hard to you and you improved, that speaks well of who you are. Whereas if it came easy and you just kind of coasted on your talent, it still can produce some good stuff. But it sort of happened in spite of you instead of because of you. So that's what I have to say about that. So thank you for watching. Appreciate it, and we'll see you down the line.